I talk to 7 to 8 figure e-commerce brands every single day, and they don't understand their numbers. And one of the biggest numbers that I see that holds back brands from scaling is their lifetime value. Now, a lot of people just think, oh yeah, just scale based on lifetime value. Oh, lifetime value will kick in. What we do at TVG is we want to understand the true financial KPIs that dictate scale. So you might see, you might be working with a marketing team, you might be working with an agency, and what they often talk about is ROAS. They might talk about CPA, and they might talk about, Klaviyo revenue, right? And so these are all metrics that certainly matter, but what we want to look at is understanding our true financial metrics. And what those true financial metrics are new customer acquisition costs. We want to understand our lifetime value. We want to understand our lifetime gross profit. And there's other more sophisticated metrics you can look at as like time to second purchase, right? And so what these equations give us is the issue with ROAS, CPA, Klaviyo revenue is that Meta is going to tell us one thing, Google is going to tell us another thing, Klaviyo is going to tell us one thing. All these different platforms are trying to make it look like you're scaling your business. But when we zoom out and we understand these financial KPIs, then we can make educated decisions on what to solve. So why I think lifetime value is capping a lot of brands, there's really two reasons why. Oftentimes brands are so focused on acquisition here, so what they don't account for is their lifetime value. So they focus too much on being first purchase profitable. Now, with the brands that scale extremely fast, like we've seen Gruen scale so fast over the last couple of years, is they're not only looking at their acquisition costs and the front end average order value, they're also looking at their lifetime value. And so what we can do is if you're hyper scale, if you have the budgets to actually scale, then what we can focus on is, yes, making sure our acquisition cost is as low as possible, but also making sure we strengthen our lifetime value. Another mistake that brands make is that they depend too much on lifetime value. So they just think, oh yeah, we can just acquire customers for, lose $10 on every sale, but they don't truly know their lifetime value numbers. They just think we have a supplement, people are going to come back and buy. So it's very important that every single month we're running cohorts, we're running data on understanding what's our new customer acquisition cost, and then what's our lifetime value, and even better, what's our lifetime gross profit. Now, there's a few ways that you can track this in Shopify. There are tools like Lifetimely is a great one that you can use. You can also just run a super simple analysis on your Shopify. You basically want to look at lifetime value from a time horizon. So what you want to do is you want to say, set a time horizon, let's just say 6 months. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, let's just say 6 months. We're going to understand how many orders do we get over 6 months. We're going to say how many customers do we get over 6 months. Now, what you do is you divide orders by customers. This will get you your frequency. And then what you can do at this point is you can multiply frequency times AOV. Now what this does is it gets us a good basic understanding of our lifetime value. The only issue with this is that this is kind of looking at a blended approach. We like tools like Lifetimely because you can actually track new customer cohorts. So what is a cohort? Well, when you're tracking cohorts, you truly track the customer journey. So you'll understand, okay, what new customers came in this month, and then track them specifically to their next second, third purchase. Okay, so let's weigh out a few like real life scenarios. Now, for a lot of brands, like a high LTV brand we consider is like CPG or supplements. So let's just say the front end average order value is $50. And let's just say you're working with, let's just say for the ease of purpose, you're dealing with 80% margins. So your cost on this would be $10. Cost of goods sold. So what oftentimes happens is that brands would say, oh, knowing our contribution margin after our costs, our shipping and everything, well, our break-even CAC, that equals $40. Now, that's right. On the front end, this is your front end break-even CAC. But what happens is if we think too shallow, if we think about just the first purchase, we don't take into account what happens 2, 3, 4, 5 months down the line. And the fastest growing brands understand this. And so let's just say that the average LTV over 6 months, let's just say $100 to make it super easy. $100, you still got your $20 cost of goods sold. Well, now, we're super profitable. Our break-even lifetime value CAC is $80. But if we can acquire customers at $40 to $50, that's still profit going into your pocket. So it's really important to understand, this is our front end, right? This is front end. And then this is our 6 month LTV. And this is simply why brands can scale so fast is because they understand these metrics. Now, there's a few things that we can think about on how to actually improve your lifetime value. If you have the opportunity to have a subscription program, 100% subscriptions will increase your lifetime value. Rolling people into auto billing, get that monthly recurring revenue up, that's huge. The other thing that we can look at is, of course, our retention strategy. Email, SMS, what are we doing on the Klaviyo side? Do we have all the proper flows set up? Do we have customer journeys set up to hit customers where they are in their journey? Do we have campaigns going out on a consistent basis? And are we using SMS to push them to specific sales or promotions? There's a ton of things you can do on that side. I have plenty of other trainings going deeper into the Klaviyo ecosystem and how to build a proper retention strategy. But it's really important for this video to make sure you guys understand that lifetime value, it's either hurting you, it's helping you, you're not thinking enough about this. And so what you need to be doing whenever you're thinking about advertising is build this function out for your brand, track it religiously, know your numbers. That way your marketing team, your agency can have a lot more success when they start to scale because they actually know your financial data. If you run a 7 or 8 figure e-commerce brand, if you'd like me to personally audit your e-commerce brand and run these same numbers and build a plan to add the next $1 to $10 million of revenue this year, then I invite you to click the link down below to schedule in your free core growth audit. We'll map out everything for you completely free. And at the very least, I upload trainings like this all the time to help you succeed. So make sure to like this and subscribe for new e-commerce trainings every single week, and I'll see you in the next one.